Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'll be taking you through a productive weekend. It's early summer and it has been a really satisfying weekend because we are out in the garden harvesting some cauliflowers which we planted in an earlier video, and then we'll also be harvesting these wonderful salad greens. After that, I will head back into the kitchen and cook the cauliflower and prepare a simple light lunch. This cauliflower is perfect. It has a compact cauliflower head. When the heads are firm and are about 6 to 8 inches across, it is time to harvest them. Just cut it at the base with a sharp knife. If you want the cauliflower head to be white, you will have to cover it with the leaves. These salad greens are at their peak right now. They are very crisp, fresh and full of flavor. We are just snipping them a few inches above the soil so they can keep growing back. We have been also harvesting some elderflowers, then rose petals. After lunch, I will be making jam with them. I made this paneer today morning and now I would like to make this into baked paneer. Paneer is Indian homemade cottage cheese. You make this by curdling hot milk with lemon juice. I will link that recipe below. In fact, it's one of the most viewed videos in my channel. I will be adding a few spices to this and then baking it in the oven at 160 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then it comes really crisp. You can also add a little bit of ghee to this. The spices I'm adding is just turmeric, some chili powder, some coriander powder and salt. At the end of it, I will also be squeezing a tiny bit of lemon so it adds this little bit fresh flavor. This is the cauliflower we harvested, and I will also be baking this cauliflower. My daughter loves cauliflowers, so we planted a dozen of them in the garden. I've already harvested all of them and I will be sharing with you a video on how I'm going to be preserving all these cauliflowers. We filmed this video last weekend. I've been of late not been able to upload videos because the garden keeps us busy and all the harvesting and preparing and canning keeps me very busy. On top of that, I have also other things which I have to attend to. These cauliflowers were so easy to make. Of course, I washed them a few times. I like to make this as simple as possible. After washing, I add just very few spices like salt, then some chili powder, coriander powder, maybe a little bit of garlic powder, and drizzle it with olive oil and then bake it for about 15 minutes. I have a special baking function just for vegetables. It's a combi steamer. It steams as well as bakes, and we are very satisfied with this oven. I made the same prep the next day too, and my daughter packed it for her school lunch. These cauliflowers had such a wonderful taste and texture. They tasted like butter. At the same time, they were very crisp and sweetish. I often have a feeling preparing a green salad takes much more time than cooking because I'm very thorough with washing them a few times. Then I use the Tupperware salad dryer. After that, I usually make a salad dressing. My usual preference is almond puree salad dressing, which is vegan. But my daughter on this day wanted to try out a different dressing and she made one with Greek yogurt. We used that dressing. During the summer months, I don't like to cook too many varieties. So on this day, I cooked some quinoa. And there was enough protein. I like to pre-prep some chickpea and then store them in this swilling vacuum glass boxes. That way we can use it for a few preps, and this way we add enough protein to our diet. We were waiting a little too long to hang our laundry outside because we had a really rainy few days. And I think this was the first time I was hanging my laundry outside. By mid-May, elderflowers are in full bloom. We harvested quite a few of these bunches and I made an elderflower cordial, and then I will be making an elderflower jam. I will link both the recipes below in the description box. Now I'll be making some yogurt. I like to make the yogurt fresh as soon as we receive our milk from our health food store. I use raw milk for making homemade yogurt, and I have a proving drawer which keeps the temperature constant, and this way I have a very good yogurt in about 6 to 7 hours. Now I'll be making elderflower jelly. This is a little bit time consuming with the prep time because you'll have to remove all the petals and soak them in apple juice for about 24 to 48 hours, and then after that I will be making the jam. I have roughly here about 2 cups of elderflowers soaked in apple juice. I will strain them. After straining them, I am going to add equal amount of pectin sugar and the juice of 1 lemon. Cook this till it starts bubbling. Make sure you use a really big large bottom pot because they do spill over. After it is boiling, reduce the heat and continuously stir them for about 15 to 20 minutes till the jam starts thickening. After you do a plate test, store the plate in the freezer for a few minutes before you do the plate test. Drop in a few of the drops of this jelly, and once it stops flowing, then you know that the jam is ready. I already made another batch of them, and in that I had a few bottles, but this was a smaller batch. The delicate flavor of the elderflowers is just really awesome. It spreads well on bread, and also you can add it as a topping for the ice cream. I will link this recipe in the description box below. You can also get the printable version of this recipe by visiting my blog at vitalfairliving.com. My blog is undergoing a full transformation, so it's taking a while for me to post new recipes in it. But once it's ready, I will be updating my blog and also adding in new recipes. If you haven't subscribed to the blog, please do so, and I hope I can start posting regularly on the blog too. Next, I'll be making a rose petal jam. This recipe is a great hit both on the blog and in the YouTube channel. I will link both the recipes in the description box below. You can take a look for the printable version at the blog. We have roses which smells so good. As soon as I walk into the garden, I can start smelling them. And I love to make this rose petal jam and rose syrup. I use the rose syrup for making rose ice cream. I hope I can share the recipe very soon. I have made the photos and the video is yet to come. First, cook the rose petal with water. I use 2 cups of rose petals and then 1.5 cups of filtered water, and then I added 2 cups of pectin sugar, the same amount as the petals. I like to have a little bit softer consistency, so I used a stab mixer and just mixed it a little bit. Then add in the lemon juice once the petals are cooked and once the sugar has melted well, and then you will see the change in the color. Cook this for about 15 to 20 minutes till it starts to thicken. Usually it doesn't need that long because of the pectin sugar. All the flower recipes are low in pectin. Other than red currant, everything else has low pectin, so you will need to add pectin sugar. Do the plate test. First you keep the plate in the freezer for a few minutes, and then you can drop a few drops of the jam or the jelly into the plate, and once you know it stops flowing, you fill it into sterilized glass jars. Leave about a couple of centimeters gap before you close them tightly and store them. This jam stores very well for about 1 year. Let me know in the comment section below what you're growing in this season and what you're making in this season. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and I hope you also enjoyed my time in the kitchen and at our garden. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye bye.